Hi, what's up guys, welcome to another video from Manifest Sound, and in today's video we're going to be analyzing an amazing song called Shuperu by Kizz. Before we get started guys, a little information you might need to know about the song. The song was produced by an amazing producer called Banga, and then the song is in the key of F sharp and our BPM is 116. Going straight into the breakdown, the first thing we'll be talking about is our drums. And the number one thing we'll be looking at is the top loop that we have here that sounds like this basically. And basically what we have here is a snare, a tom sound, and then some percussion sounds, another percussion sound, and then we have another high percussion sound that sounds like this. Then coupled with another snare, and then we also have another snare sounding much more like the one that we have on top, and then lastly we have another high percussion sound. The next thing we have for the drums is our kick, and what we have done is to manually arrange it in the playlist, and it sounds like this with the top loop. Next up we have this percussion loop that we have used in order to complement the top loop and the kick, and it sounds like this basically. And then coupled with the top loop and the kick, it sounds like this. The next thing we have for our drums is obviously a shaker loop, and it sounds like this. So just something to lay in the background for the top loop, the kick, and then the percussion loop. And then we also have another shaker loop. Our drums all together sounds like this. So basically that's what we have for our drums and percussion. Next up we'll be moving to the chords and the melodies that was used in the song. And the very first one to note is this marimba slash plucky sound that played at the intro and then subsequently all through the song also. And it sounds like this. This sound was actually gotten from a plugin called Xenology, and we are using the BS Marimba 2 preset, and then coupled with another sound from a plugin called Europa by Reason, we are using a preset called the White Xylophone. Next up for the chords, we have this chord that came in majorly at the chorus part, and just to make the whole beat sound so full at the chorus part, and it sounds like this. This sound was gotten from a plugin called DRC, and we are using the preset called the Floating Spirit. But then we added an EQ to it, cutting the highs and some of the lows to get the sound we just played. Moving on to the melodies that we have in this song. The very first one to note is this melody that was played with a lead called the theremin lead. And because of the type of lead this is, we used a sound from the plugin called the Monopoly, and then the preset we're also using is called the theremin log. Next up we have another theremin lead, and while listening closely to this song, the best sound we could use to interpret what we heard in the original song is a theremin lead, and the second one sounds like this. So this particular sound was gotten from the Omnisphere plugin, and we are using a preset called the Theremin's Journey. And just in case you don't know what a theremin lead is, it is originally known as etherphone, and it is an electronic musical instrument controlled without physical contact by the performer, which is also known as a thereminist. It is named after its inventor, Leon Theremin. Still talking about the melodies that we have in this song, we have this particular string sound that came in just at some particular point in the song, and the first point where it came in, it plays something like this, and then that's actually at the hook part. It also came in at the second hook, and it plays something like this, slightly different from what we had before in the first hook. And this sound was gotten from a plugin called the Free Orchestra by Project Sam, and we are using the short string preset. Lastly, for the melodies that we have in this song, we have some violin melodies, and the very first one came in at this point. And then we have the next one that came in somewhere at the outro part. Yeah, so this sound was gotten from a contact library, and the name of the library is called Macabre Violin, as you guys can see. Such an amazing sound that you can check out. Next up, guys, we're talking about the bass line in this song, and what we have is really simple, and it sounds like this. This sound was gotten from a plugin called the Spiral plugin, and we're using a preset called Be a Beautitude. And then lastly, guys, we have some SFX sounds. Now, not really much, and the first one sounds like this, and this is basically an impact sound. Next up, we have this ice crash sound that is popularly used in amapiano music, coupled with a clap that is also popularly used in Afrobeat music, and together they sound like this. And then it was repeated subsequently all across the song, for the chorus, for the verse, for the hook, and then for the chorus also, and then for the outro of the song. Alright, so guys, with all this being said, we are going to preview this song from the top to the end to see what we have in context. If you find value in this video, kindly hit that like button, and if you are new to this channel, also consider subscribing to this channel for subsequent updates, and also turn on the notifications to always get updated anytime we release new videos.